Hello, welcome to another Meet the Candidate conversation. We have Vince Scarfo, who's the principal and COO of Clear, with us for this round. Again, we want to encourage everybody who's watching this to watch all the candidate videos, so you know what everybody brings to the table. Our goal is for all of them to be 10 minutes or less. Again, there are 7 candidates total for this year's election for 5 open seats on the RIA Board of Directors. The election is running March 17th through 24th, and voting is open to RIA members only. The election results will be announced during the town hall at the RIA Convention, April 28th through 30th in West Palm Beach. If you have not registered or you have not booked your hotels, I highly recommend getting on top of that as soon as possible. You can go to restorationindustry.org to find out more. All right, here we go. Katie, I'm going to toss it over to you. Katie is the immediate past president of the RIA Board of Directors, and she is going to be grilling Vince.
Yes, ma'am. Are you ready, Vince?
Hey, ladies.
That sounds pretty intense. First, Vince, welcome. What we want to do here is give every candidate the same opportunity to answer 4 very short questions here so that our members have a chance to get to know you and just know what's important about you. But for you, I especially would like to give you the opportunity to give us the elevator pitch on Clear because some of the brands that we have on these interviews are national brands. People are familiar with them. But if you could just real quick tell us what Clear does and where you're
Yes.
based.
So thank you. Our official name that we do business as is Clear Restoration and Pre-Disaster Consulting. And we are an independent restoration company located in the Annapolis, Maryland area. We cover most of the state of Maryland, Delaware, District of Columbia, and a little bit of Virginia. We're a full service provider, so we do everything from mitigation to contents, and then we have our license to be able to rebuild in the markets that we serve.
Perfect. Okay, now tell our listeners why you want to serve on the RIA's board of directors.
So I thought about that, right? I would tell you a couple things. One, selfishly for our employees, by volunteering and being engaged, it keeps us kind of in the know. And there's so much going on in this industry that it kind of forces my hand, and I'm able to bring back all that knowledge to our employees, and then we can assess it and do what's best for us. And then I think for the RAI members, I've been very fortunate. The last year, I've been vice chair of the legislative task force for RIA. And it's been very cool for me. I worked on Capitol Hill for a bunch of years, and it's kind of got me back into that mix. But what I've realized in the last year is I maybe can add some value to the membership. I was prior to I've had a unique journey into restoration. I started off as a package car driver with UPS and 22 years later left there managing their government affairs office. I then went to FedEx and spent 5 years there and 6 years at GE. And then I've owned 3 of my own companies and have failed miserably as an entrepreneur in one of them. So I've kind of got that background of big corporate America where they've put me through some formal trainings that have benefited me over the years. And then I've realized what it means to make payroll every week and all the challenges with being an entrepreneur. So I think I can add value beyond my selfish needs of helping my team.
Wonderful. All right, now question number 2 is a two-parter here. So the first one is that we want to know what you think is keeping restorers up at night. What are we worried about? And the second part of that is what do you want to see the RIA doing to help alleviate some of those pain points?
So, keeping me awake at night, I can tell you there's a plethora of stuff, right? Everything from probably the most important for me is cash flow, making sure that I get paid when I'm supposed to get paid and how I'm supposed to get paid is a
Mhm.
major issue. Workforce, trying to find not only the frontline laborer that's going to come in and willing to wake up at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday morning and leave their spouse and go out and take care of a customer's needs, to even the leadership team, making sure that we train our people properly and have the next leaders of tomorrow. There's a saturation in my marketplace. I'm a golfer, and I would tell you with a driver, I can hit 3 other restoration companies that are that close to me. Um, I would tell you that being on the legislative task force gives me the ability of seeing legislation that's being proposed by states and municipalities all over the country, and the fact that others are trying to shape our industry. So I would say there's a lot that keeps me awake at night. I think there's a lot that keeps most of my peers awake at night. I would say that cash flow, managing SLAs and MSAs and making sure we do it right every single time, so that we can get paid properly, managing through that all that chaos and the minutia that's involved, and then the workforce. I think they're probably my top three at the moment.
There's never a shortage of answers to that question. All right, last one from me. Just tell us what you love the most about the restoration industry.
I was blessed to manage a division for the United Way of America for 3 years, the National Corporate Leadership Program. It took us in front of 300 of the Fortune 500 CEOs over a period of 3 years, and we sat down with them and we talked to them about giving to a national program and got many of them involved. And then we got to see the fruits of those labors, not only with getting folks at major corporations to realize that uh, they were sitting in the same cafeteria every day, but the United Way brought them together on a program. You saw the joy that they saw in each other. And then the flip side of that coin is what we were doing for people out in the marketplace and giving back. And in the pride I see in our employees when they are executing on behalf of a customer is pretty awesome. It gives me that same feeling I felt at the United Way of America. And then um, so I would say pride. And then the last thing I would say is it's a community that everybody's willing to share with each other. Like even my peers in this marketplace that I live in, like we sit on some local stuff together and do some local volunteer stuff together. They're as nice could be and willing to help me, who's only been in the industry for 3 years, kind of navigate the water. So I think the people are really cool too.
The people are really
Absolutely.
cool. Yes.
Thanks, Vince.
Yep. Okay, Vince, anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Um, I think that I do. I think that those of us that are in leadership roles in this industry have an obligation and a responsibility to shape the face of this industry. I can see my big corporate America hat on and us telling restoration companies how we want them to operate in our facilities. I can see the insurance companies and all the pressure they're under with all the natural disasters taking place, trying to shape the industry. I think we as a leadership group have a responsibility to shape this industry, and we should get involved and have a say. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vince, and to people who are watching. You can find out more how to vote, how to register for convention, all of that at restorationindustry.org. Be sure to watch all the videos. Thank you, Vince, so much for your time.
Thanks, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
You as well.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.